Hey guys, welcome again to another training audio that I believe will make a big difference in your understanding of what it takes to build a business. By the way, I appreciate the feedback that I've received on really on all of the audio training that I have recorded and uploaded, in addition to some of the other material that's available at the training site, my YouTube channel, the Survive to Thrive YouTube channel. There's been just a tremendous amount of positive feedback on these audio recordings, and as I know is the case, there will be times when some training material is relevant to someone a little bit more than another person. So it really doesn't matter if one of the training messages or content doesn't deliver an impact for you, because it'll deliver an impact for someone else. But getting familiar, or rather making it a habit to tune into these audio trainings, is really just another resource. And if many of you have heard me talk about the 300 hours, that it takes about 300 hours for something to happen in your mind and really in your heart, and I believe in your subconscious, where all of a sudden that light switch goes on, and you recognize the opportunity that you're in. You realize that you have something very special on your hands. You become very aware of what it takes to win, and you start to do things differently. It's like having a paradigm shift, and I don't want to get into a training of 300 hours because that's up on my training, but part of accumulating 300 hours is tuning into these very brief audio clips that can provide 6, 7, 8 minutes of some nugget that can continue to not only help you advance in your business, but when you compile these 8 minutes together, before you know it, you've got an hour and a half of solid training, and you can catch them at a clip and then share them with your team. But I thought about this one today as I was working out this morning. A lot of you know that I'm an avid bodybuilder. I've competed professionally in my past, and I still work out a bunch, and very consistent. I used to be a personal trainer in one of my first businesses way back when, and so I know the routine. And I also know when I see someone at the gym, what they're doing that is really helpful, and what they're doing that's probably going to be hurtful to them. And I always try to throw my 2 cents around when I see someone who I think could benefit from an adjustment. So I was having a conversation with a guy today, and I was actually in the middle of doing legs. And for those of you who work out and have done any kind of working out, especially if you've done serious working out, you know that probably one of the tougher exercises to do when it comes to working on your legs, developing your quadriceps, is squats. And it's a very difficult movement. It's very tiring. It takes a lot out of you. And it's one of those exercises that the most people don't do. If you do them wrong, you can get hurt. If you do them too heavy, you can create serious damage to your back, to your knees. But all that being said, it is the best exercise, once it's done right, to develop your quadriceps, to develop what we call in the bodybuilding or the fitness world, the working out world, quads, big quads, right? Make your legs look sexy and strong and get a lot of core strength. But it's one of the least done exercises that you'll see people do at the gym. They'll do other types of working out leg exercises to build their legs up, but nothing quite does the job like squats will do, like a good squat routine will do. So I was talking to the guy, and he says to me, so what's the benefit of doing squats? So I went on to tell him that there's a bunch of reasons why you do squats if you do them right, and so on and so forth, what can happen to his leg development. And as I was telling him that, I asked him, what do you do for your legs? And he went on to tell me all these other things. And I said, why don't you do squats? He says, they're too difficult. They hurt too much. And I get too tired right away. They take too much energy out of me. So for a bunch of reasons he gave me is the reasons why he doesn't do squats. And as I started thinking about that, I said, wait a minute. I said, that's the same reason why most people don't do squats. Doing the hard thing that produces yet the best results is what people tend to shy away from. Doing the things that take the most energy, yes. Doing the thing that will create the most tiresome feeling, yes. Doing the one that will keep you out, that will get you out of breath, yes. Doing the stuff that can hurt you if you don't do it right, yes. All of these things are part of squatting, but I thought to myself, you know what, that's very appropriate to the business. Because the things that need to be done in this business, the hard things, the ones that are uncomfortable, the ones that are not as pretty and do take a little bit more time to develop, and also can give you the potential to get hurt and to be uncomfortable, but more importantly, to feel pain. Those are the things that we shy away from in this business, yet those are the very things that produce the greatest result, the sexiest look, and the best advancement to our overall business well-being. Well, I thought about that and I said, well, that's apart from actions, which people don't do, I believe people also don't have the right thoughts in order to get their business going. They don't have the right mentality, right mindset. They're not thinking the right way. They're not embracing the opportunity the right way. And I think that it all starts with what you think about in the morning, what you think about throughout the course of the day, what you allow to seep into your brain. Are you standing guard at the doorway of your mind? How big is the sentinel that you have, the sentinel rather, that you have standing at the doorway of your mind, and what kind of thoughts are you thinking about? And then I said, it's easy to not think about the tough stuff. It's easy not to think about the tough stuff. And what is the tough stuff? The tough stuff is what I believe is the stuff that will build mental fortitude, affirmations, confirmations, visualizations. All of these things are critical in developing the mind muscle. And I say, if you're going to develop the mind muscle, well, you need to have thought squats. You need to have thought squats. What does that mean? The toughest exercise, the one that produces the most results, the one that most people don't want to do, that exercise has to be practiced in your mind. That's why I'm calling it thought squats, because it's the stuff that people don't want to think about often enough. It's the stuff that people don't want to embrace to build their mind muscle, their brain muscle, to build their spirit muscle. These are the things that people don't do. Why? Because they seem to think that it's a waste of time, it's taxing, it's cumbersome, it's tiring, it takes too much commitment. But yet those thought squats are the very ones that are going to build your mind muscle. And what are the thought squats? Well, reading your goals daily. Most people go to bed at night. Statistics show most people go to bed at night looking at, reading, or watching, or something they put in their mind, or thinking about something that is absolutely destructive, not only to their spirit, but to their thought pattern, to their mindset. And they do this right before they go to bed. So in other words, they watch the news, or they'll have a negative conversation with someone, or they'll read something that's not positive, or they'll go through some television show that has murder and crime and all sorts of negativity. And this is what they fill their minds up right before they go to bed, or they do it first thing in the morning, or they do it in the evening and in the morning, and they don't supplement any of that negativity with something positive, something that's affirming, something that is mind-building. I encourage you that if you're going to build your mind muscle, then you best get to doing those thought squats. What are the thought squats? Well, the thought squats are putting the good stuff in your head, the stuff that's going to fortify you, the stuff that's going to give you a chance to feel great about your life and what you're doing in business, and some of the things that you may be struggling with. You can begin to defeat those handicaps by battling them in your mind. But if you've got a weak mind, if your mind muscle is not strong, then you're not going to stand a chance to defend yourself and to build yourself up, certainly when the chips are down. But even when the chips aren't down, you won't be able to stand on two solid legs, because anything that will come across will knock you over. And in this business, you cannot afford to have anything less than a powerful, strong, fortified mind muscle. So develop the thought squats. Develop those thoughts that are affirming. Develop those goals to read every night. Develop the visualization habits every night and every morning. Pour some good stuff in your mind at night before you go to bed. Give yourself a pep talk before you go to bed. Meditate on what your future is going to be like when you arrive. Meditate on who you already are that you're stepping into. Meditate on the money, the finances, the freedom, the health that you already are entitled to. Meditate on all those things before you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning. And get to doing the thought squats. Don't give in to the things that you can think about that create nothing in your mind but weakness. Don't give in to the easy things to think about. Don't give in to the things that are easy to get wrapped up with, gossip and negativity and all that stuff, and reading junk and stupidity. None of that's going to help you out at all. None of it's going to help you become financially free. None of it's going to help you become a powerful role model. None of it's going to help you become the kind of person you want to be, the kind of person you're supposed to be, the kind of person you were destined to be. Thought squats. Find out what they are for you. Let them build your mind muscle. And guys, I appreciate you. And I really hope that these training sessions are becoming a part of your daily routine. I know I look forward to sharing my thoughts with you. By the way, I don't share them because for me it's pie in the sky. I share them because I live them every day. Talk to you soon.